Coming up now, the very latest news from Pattaya and Thailand via the fabulous Pattaya Media Group. Please like and subscribe. It helps us and it helps you too.
36% is the tariff rate set so far in sand, more than stone, for the US import tariff rate from Thailand. This according to the finance minister, who still is firmly of the opinion that he could get the rate significantly lowered by the 1 August start date. Reality is that Southeast Asia, including Cambodia, is all set to see similar tariff rates, which, whilst damaging, will likely cause chaos in the supply and demand of American consumers. Thailand's health ministry is said to be introducing a series of knee-jerk checks on medical marijuana shops after reports of a toddler eating ganja sweets, gummies, that she found at a private party left by a guest. The health minister has ordered the FDA to remove any and all products from retail stores that do not relate directly to marijuana being used in a medical form. This as training courses soon begin for staff working in ganja shops, and the stricter licensing requirements are set to go into effect. And then, due to staff requirements alone, we're expected to see the number of shops reduced by upwards of 80% across the country. As potheads curse the news, it's worth noting that a byproduct of the changes are that without doubt, product will be of a finer quality, as growers and wholesalers too have to change their program. However, prices will equally rise, perhaps to treble today's rates. A Lion Air flight was the latest to see issues at an Indian airport this week as its pilot crew carried out ground checks prior to departure. Already en route to the takeoff space coming back to Thailand, the plane was rerouted without ever leaving the ground due to issues regarding flap controls. All passengers, of course, safely removed, and with alternate transport provided for them. The plane, we're told, has been fully serviced and inspected, and the issue resolved. And a 29-year-old Chinese national failed to convince passport control that he was Mexican as he tried to leave the country, despite the details in his passport that he was carrying. The passport turned out, of course, to be a fake, which left him having to explain why he wasn't using the Chinese passport, which, presumably, he was entitled to. Meanwhile, at home, and Jomtien police were greeted with a confusing mess when they arrived at Second Road, where 8 vehicles, were all involved in a traffic accident. Witnesses claimed that an SUV belonging to an Asian foreigner lost control and rear-ended another vehicle, which caused a roll-on effect along the strip. Either way, with only one minor injury reported, the road was eventually cleared and the privately owned van driver seriously questioned. And it appears that the scammers are back along the seafront, as one Indian tourist reported to police that he'd been fleeced to the tune of 50,000 baht for fake medication that would, they promised, cure his baldness. No, we're not making this up at all. He fell for it, and they took him to their so-called dispensary, where he was sold a mix of odd liquids, only for him to realise much later that it was a scam. Infuriated, he reported the issue to police. It's not a new issue, we've seen this over the last year. The police, however, visited the shop and discovered the scam team, 2 Pakistanis and 4 Thai women, colluding to sell coconut water mixed with ground dried vegetables and the like. The men were charged with working without permits, and the luckless customer, well, it's hoped that his next purchase is common sense. And with the Met Office promising highs for today of 32 dropping down to 28, a cloudy day but with some sun and the real feel of 38.
Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.